Hello. Just a bit of preparing the nights. It's also a complete rebase of everything and painting a lot of them that weren't painted. So for now, because I want to have these ones will work as groups, and the rule set has individuals, and individuals can have, well, can be mounted or on foot. In this case I want them mounted. Now I'll have two for the reds. Well, I could go with one purple and one red, paint this one over, but I have two with lances here. Already two more, actually. I'll rebase these ones. Okay, perfect. It has a bit of the old base glue. Just can easily peel it off with a file. Actually, it's pretty okay. I'll just file it a bit. Because I want to. I bought Knight, Pike and Sword from Nordic Weasel and was reading them through today. Did I put the glue? Was while working and just paying attention to some stuff. One can go over some books in the meanwhile. Okay, 2 and 3. Actually, we'll go. I'll keep the Lancers for the purples. This one is a bit rough. And man, I want to put it on the table. It has some nice rules for campaign. I think Nordic Weasel, I mean, I'm really bad with names, designers and all that, but I have the feeling they are the 5 parsec from home guys. I'm not sure, and no clue from when this rule set is. But man, I'm into this. Want to get this war bands done to put on the table. Okay, we'll go. Can actually do a mix. We have several Lancers, so we have 3. Let's do our maths here. I have 2 swords, and I have 3 Lancers. Actually 4 Lancers. So what I could do is teams of sword and board and the Lancer, right? So it would become more balanced. Then I could give the mounted sergeants and mounted archers, which could double as dismounted. Have to get more bases. Okay, let's get these ones out of the way. Okay, so 4 and 4. That's perfect. Okay, this one has a bit rough edge there. I don't think I have enough bases. is okay. Make 3. Okay, it's a bit wobbly. That one is perfect. That one is perfect. Oh no, I have 4. Sweet. Look at that. Take this bit off. And it was a good day at the office. Ended with a rather funny meeting. Just wanted to get home, relax a bit. I have put Nevsky on the table. Got really intrigued by the game. It's medieval, so where's the clue? Okay. All 4 of them are okay to immediately glue. We should be fine. And was there after reading just a bit of the rules, wasn't that much, and was reading mostly about how to set up the war bands, these individuals, and I can't remember how they call the groups. So it's between 3 and 6 warriors in a group. So you could have these guys like a retinue, and these individuals like the, like the Lord and one of the liege. And yeah, have some good. I mean, can be anything really. Even make up. Imagine those robber knights from the Holy Roman Empire, right? You had lots of very little fiefdoms that fought each other. That was great. Okay, so we will want a sword and board and a lancer for each of the factions, because we have a bluish one, we have the reds, we have the purples, and then we have the non-aligned ones, which is they are not here anymore. They have only this brownish color. So for now we should work on the reds. Okay. Yeah. Gotta paint the horse. I should have painted it before, but now it's done. Maybe I'll go with a darker color. A gray. It's good enough. And I'll just this tiny one. Let's see how it is. It's a bit too cement. It's a bit of sorry, it needs a bit of organic color. And I like this, just a tad bit of this gray, and it's not so cementish. It's never, these gray mares are never gray. You put a bit of the brown to see. Just want to find the... Okay, this should be okay. Just grab a bit of water there. The hooves, I'll put them after. Yeah, so it's groups of 3 to 6 warriors. It's groups of 3 to 6 warriors, and I mean it's like 3 individuals, so they can be a lord, like a hero, something like that. Oh yeah, it can be a scout. I remember reading that the scouts. Okay, he has a lifted hoof there, so it will be a green. And the scouts can have some odd things that I didn't really read how they apply during the battle, which is like they can have these spying abilities or speak all languages, stuff like that. Like, okay, how will this apply during a skirmish combat? So I got a bit intrigued by that, and I should have really painted the horse before, but it's okay. That part is the inside of the comparison, so it should be fine. There we have the saddle, should have been next. It's always paint from the inside out. It happens. I have the book there in the shelf, but they have the scouts were really interesting. Like, how can they use all this stuff during a skirmish battle? I'll have to read it, of course, and then put it on the table. The battle yesterday I played with skirmish rules was really, really cool. Really fast. Really fast, and was credible. Actually, it has a good reaction mechanic of sorts. And the turns is I go, you go, but there's always an assault phase where the opponent can react. Okay, this horse can go gray. Let's pick another one for a gray horse. This one. And yeah, the Americans won in the end. I had some house rules, or else it would be a fight to the last man, which it's one of the things I never feel like. I never liked that in the games. So there's a point where the soldiers decide, okay, we did our best, but it was not enough, so we need to run away to fight another day. So the house ruling, and the Germans were not, it was balanced because the Germans had understrength paratrooper squad, but they were elite. All the Americans were regulars. They were 8 men per squad. The paratroopers were 4, half strength. But then they had a normal Wehrmacht squad, but they had like 13. So, but they were regular as well, so equivalent to the Americans. The combat started pretty nice for the Germans, actually. They dropped 2 Americans. They sniped one, and they flanked the team and dropped another. But yeah, as the team started to fan out, they started taking flank shots, and yeah, the Paras were actually the last ones to break. Lots of shooting, and the rules are nice because it's not this. It's a system I like, which you always roll against the score. It's not. You are not rolling like 4+ to wound and then something to save. No. So you are always rolling against an 11 with 2d6. Then you have modifiers. Okay, so I'll put the gray there, but it looks like it is. Yeah. Okay, now comparison goes up to the head. Yeah, it does. But then we have the face of the horse there. Because so they can breathe. They never have the comparisons over. It's just over the forehead. Okay. So yeah, it was my D-Day game. It's pretty fun. I think it lasted 1 hour at max. With deployment and everything, made up the scenario on the fly. Like, the idea was Utah Beach, the landings were okay. It was just a kind of a group to go up and check this road before the armor moved in, and they had to control this road. They had to control this road leading out of Utah Beach, and once they controlled it, the armor could move up. And what happened was that the German squads were moving up to set up artillery observation post, right? And it happened to be pretty much on the spot where the Americans were going. Yep, that was the scenario. Interesting that this actually has the caparison cut at the neck for the horse, and I just noticed it. So it will have to have the little gray neck there. Not really neck, and it was a good game. I mean, even if I think, and I was thinking, even if I had received the Dark Summer from Ted Racer, I think it's on the way, I wouldn't have put it on the table. It's just too big a game to enjoy on a D-Day. And what I mean is, you will never finish it in credible time in a day, unless you play non-stop. Even if a buddy passes by and you guys set it up, it's gonna be an entire day playing it. Even if it's like the Dark Sands or something, it's a no-go. While the miniatures games was pretty good, pretty fast, was done in an hour, and yeah, off to the beach for a beer. Good day. But yeah, I think the Dark Sum is to arrive. That one I will want to put to the table, but at the moment is not the priority. Priority is to continue with the Imaginations campaign. I have the Battle of Davelusco's farm to resolve, and oh damn fly, and the second thing is to learn or go through at least the Nevsky example of play. Oh yeah, and I wrote about it today on the blog. I did break my own promise for the rule of 3. Oh, well, I went a bit overboard there, but it doesn't matter. And I ordered 2 new board games. But they are fairly cheap. They were fairly cheap, and they are from. Well, they are designed in Europe and produced in Europe. What I usually call, and that's me. People can think whatever. I call them Euro Wargames. Games designed and produced in Europe. Wargames. And one is Helsinki 1918, and the other one is the second reprint of Waterloo 1815, and both from UP Games, which is both games are from the same designer and published by the same company. Okay, perfect. Can go with the light brown or a dark brown for the other horse. I like the light browns, like this one. I like this shade of brown. Yeah, it's that one, but with this tiny bit of reddish. Just a slight bit. Okay, should be enough. Let me grab my mixing. Maybe it was a bit too much. Looks like chocolate coffee. Okay, that's a bit water. And but it's getting the color out. Perfect. So the idea is skirmish miniature games. I can use half the table and the other half being okay. The color is perfect. And the other half being for the cardboard war games. Okay. Let's do the grayish, and because I will repaint that red as a purple. So let's go. So with the table is slightly bigger than a 4x6. Slightly, kind of a bit bigger than a 4, but not too much, and slightly bigger than a 6. So, and I have done with I don't know what's the name of the material, and I've been using a lot of pastel sticks and pastel pencils to do a lot of hobby stuff, and that material is kind of thick, or like fiber paper, something like that. It's kind of, I don't know, like half centimeter thick, and man, it takes pastel stick so well. You could draw the roads and it looks so nice, like it's painted. It's really beautiful. So I made a couple of them, like where the roads meet and all that, so you can just place them side by side and however you want. So I made some roundabouts, some roads going in to make, I don't know, villages and stuff. So I can use that, and it's green. It will work. Okay. See there, a little leg. Oh, this is the one that is raising the left hoof. In there, can I reach the inside? It's a hard spot. Sometimes it's good to give a long stroke and not stay there and, oh, let me see if I get it. Okay, I can do it here. Oh, yeah. Because I can retouch it in the end. So I made several. They come in rectangles, like, I don't know, maybe 1 by 1.5. So, and they are really cheap. Like, I think they are like 3 of them for €2, something like that. It's like the acetate I bought for to draw the terrain for Dawn of Battle. I mean, an acetate sheet that covers pretty much the entire board. It's like €1. And if you go and try and buy that fly, if you buy the plexi, it's a monster price compared. So yeah, I'll never use plexi again. I'd rather buy like 50 sheets of that, and it's quite thick. And it takes markers much better than plexi. And it's erased much better, and the price is just insane compared. Okay, I have some issues there in the belly. It's driving me mad. Can't reach there. Okay, we have the saddle. That will be, it will settle the color. Yeah, but it's okay. Okay, this one is going to the gray. I think I overpainted. Interesting. Yeah, this one. Now the comparison. Does it go? No, it doesn't. So I did paint it. Maybe I was going to paint it. Okay. The ears. Not too worried at the moment with if I'm overpainting. This one is going to be overpainted anyways. Wanted to go that shade of blue. And I'm gonna touch the subject again now that I'm painting. You are not making a diorama, you are making gaming pieces. They have to look good in the board, they have to go, and they have to look good at the arm's length. Obviously, they have to look good to yourself. That's the first thing. And for me, they look good. And they will look good in the table. I will win no prizes. I know that. Okay, just a tiny bit more, then I Went over. Yep. Other one done. Oh, did it? Oh, jeez. What happened? I don't know. What happened here? Hey, thanks, Crossing. I wasn't paying attention. Don't know. Something went on save. Okay, we have this one. Okay, let's make this one. So it will, as I was saying, I hope everything is good with you, man. The Wi-Fi is being a bit crazy today. But it should be okay. I think my daughter is making some school works to present, and they are training because it's a live presentation. So they are making their remote work calls. Oh yeah, and another thing. Well, the pastel's been a really, and I have to thank her for all that, given she's in arts and, you know, exploring all these alternative, well, they have to study all the materials and all that, of course. And I have to thank her for the pastel pencils, because it's amazing. It's just such a good tool. And the best thing is not water-based. So if you want to paint something that warps with water, or just use it. You have in sticks or in pencils. What was I saying before that? Yeah, the first thing is you have to like the miniature. Nobody will like the miniature for you. And it is a gaming piece. Of course, if you are painting to put them on sale on eBay and, you know, paint to make money, that's a different thing. You might want them to look better, so they sell better, right? But I'm not that kind. I sold the Warhammer stuff. I did, and that was pretty well painted, actually. All the Empire was so Renaissance army-like. It was really nice. That's the comparison, but there's still a bit of lag there. So, first one that has to like the army is whoever is playing with it. Second, you will be watching it from arm's length. Lastly, no, kind of the more you paint, the more you paint. This one has the full comparison, but I did there. I'm gonna do here. Oh no, you did paint that comparison and the horse doesn't have it. No, the horse does have it. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. No, it's my horse and I know it doesn't. But the thing is, any color is better than no color at all. So, just buy the minis. I mean, this is 15 millimeters, right? I'm learning how to play Nevsky, but if I buy a 6 millimeter figure, instead of using the cylinders, I can use a knight to represent the lords, and I can even paint their symbol in the shields, and it would look, oh my god, so much better than the wooden little pieces. And it's only like, I don't know, like 12 lords, and it's even badly painted, they will look better than the cylinders and will work as good. And okay, they are 6mm, and put a banner on them. Wow, everything looks better with miniatures, just saying. So what do I have apart from the Nordic Weasel rule set? And that was quite a find. I was practically going back to Cry Havoc, but man, I didn't want to use the export grid simply because I didn't want to be painting them on the on those modules I did. I mean, I just did the roads, and the rest I can put on top. But I didn't want to be doing hex grids there, so I went to search and I bounced, I think it was 3. I bounced 3 rule sets, but don't know, that one caught my attention better. I think it was because of that linkage between playing a lord with a retinue made more sense, and I immediately saw the robber knight situation, or I mean, can even be War of the Roses or whatever you can think, or Burgundians versus King of France loyalists and all that. Okay, gray horses, brown horses. I don't like the white. Okay, maybe no, I need to paint the horses. Yeah, everything good, man. I was thinking about getting a camera, but man, I'm not going to spend money on that. I have more stuff to spend the money on. Okay, where's my duck egg? I love that color to break the the white, the pure white. It's there. Just it's duck egg green. Just a tiny weeny bit. Yeah, I'm using. Let me grab it. I got it from Wargames Vault because I didn't want to wait for books and everything. So I got Knight, Pike and Sword. They said it would be watermarked, but it isn't, and the same happened with Skirmish and the exclamation point. What that one for World War II, and can be used for anything else, really, modern and stuff. Okay. Just mix those, they are liquid enough. So the white gets broken a bit, so it's not so pure, and it's still white. Just oh, it has slight tint of brown from the previous mix. Sweet. Okay. It's perfect. Oh yeah. I mean, I have not put the miniatures to the table to play it yet, but I'm really eager. So, did you like it? You played it already? It looked very good. That's all I have to say. Okay. Maybe I should... No, it's okay. I always get the feeling, oh no, that the white is too white. And it is, it should be, but once I put the first wash on top, it will be okay. Oh, you know, I know, actually that's one of the themes I want to cover, but I have to think if which is the methods and sharing methods of how to do it. I never play solo games the same way, because not all games are passive of being played the same way. So I have several methods. Some of them require more time and space than others. But it's such, I mean, the game, from what I've seen, should be quite easily soloable. One of the first steps I do, when it's like I did yesterday for the D-Day game, half of the game of the solo game is done when I design the scenario. So what's the objective and how would the troops approach it? That's my thinking immediately. So the Americans had to control this road. That's what they would try to do. And until they actually spotted the enemies. Okay, this one is... The comparison is pretty long. I barely see any belly of the horse, but I'll give it a bit. It's white anyway. So it was pretty easy. Once they spotted each other, the firefight is so intense that you know who sees whom, pretty much. There's some maneuvering to be done, and obviously you will try to do, or at least I did try to do the obvious thing. For example, there was element of 3 Germans that started. They were in an area, they started to hear the shooting, and well, they know where the shooting is coming from, and obviously they can identify by the sound which type of weapons they are, and by the sound of the, you know, the M1 Garand, bang, 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 cling. Well, they knew it was Americans in the area, so they come out, but yeah, they got ambushed by 2 Americans that had already taken position on a hill overlooking. And the Americans were also surprised. Actually, 2 of them dropped right in first contact. one by a sniper, and the two guys that managed to run first got flanked. But doesn't matter. The idea being, okay, I'm putting the full comparison, okay. The idea being how to solo play, and that's a very interesting theme. For me it's easy. I can think both sides, and if I'm having difficulties, which is rare, maybe I will pull a card or try to do the most obvious historical thing if it's a more high level. Okay. That's a good theme, actually. I have to think and share some of the methods. Hey, Mr. Blue, how are you, my friend? Loved your game yesterday. It was a great game. Well, if there's lag on the image, sorry for that, but Wi-Fi is being heavily used today by the household. And as I'm a cheap bastard, I refuse to buy all the pro equipment, so I simply use my phone. I rather buy books and games and miniatures and paints than set up a studio at home. Just to be here, hearing some music, talking a bit to whomever is listening, like a nice radio show. Welcome to Wargamers Coffee Break. That would be a nice show. I'd do it one of these days. Okay, so these sword and board knights, actually, the sculpts are pretty good. And I finally found, yeah, I was having problems with finding who the hell these sculpts were. And I'm not sure if it's the original, because I bought this so long ago. Okay, but I managed to trace the sculpts to museum miniatures. So I did find the blisters with the, you know, with the brand and everything on it. I don't know if the molds originally from them or from some other company. It was good to find them because I was going nuts. Like, I can't find who the hell. Oh, I forgot the ears of the other horse. Oh, I'll do it next. I'll do it next. Yeah, it was a good game. It was a good game, man. And I must thank you for exposing Wingleader. It's such a good game. And I don't know, some people... I'm having really difficulties with Wings of the Motherland. I won't deny that. I mean, it's air combat and all that, but man, and I play a lot of simulators on the PC, like a bloody lot of them. And I know how planes act and everything, but Jesus Christ. I don't know. But Wingleader, some people say it's hard. Complicated game, and it makes so much sense, but then maybe they should look at it like they are not flying a plane, they are commanding squads. And once you get that square or rectangle where you are, it's just a point in space where the squadron is engaged, like several airplanes flying back and forth and shooting at each other, everything goes so much simpler. All the flow of the game becomes clear. The why the rules are the way they are. So it was good to see it played, and you explained it very, very well. Was this one? It was this one. No, it wasn't. It was the right one. I forgot the ears of the horsey. So I will say that yeah, pretty much. I mean, fighting wings downtown. I mean, I understand the concept, but maybe I'll sometimes I pull it out, play 1 or 2 trainings, do a lot of mistakes, and put it out again. And I really did get it for the theme, because air war on the Eastern Front is more what I search for. And man, it's not talking to me at all. Okay, so what we planned was for the 3 war bands. So, I mean, they have tabards, so I could leave the purple. No, they don't. It's just the plate. Even the sword and board boy. Well, they do have a slight tabard, but so we have the reds. These ones could go purple. We have the blues. No, these ones are the unaligned, exactly, which is that odd shade that I managed to do, which I need to do again. So I'm going to do the purple boys first. It makes more sense because the horse is already painted. Yeah, the wing leader makes so. Oh, it's gone black again. Sorry, I don't know what the hell. Sorry. There we go. Don't know. It's got updated. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Strokes. Perfect. This purple, it's a weird pigment. I really like the color. So regal. I have a bit of, yeah, a tiny bit of flash there. Doesn't matter. No one will know. Only I will know. If anyone wants to watch the miniature from very close, don't pick it up. Just leave it where it is. Look at it from this distance, please. Who was saying, I think it was John Longshore saying yesterday, if you take unpainted miniatures to the table, you can, but they will count as militia or levy. No matter if they are Imperial Guard, they will count as recruits. That was funny. It's actually a good rule. So people have time to paint, and you know, no one will paint a full entire regiment. I'm saying no one, but I know people that do. Entire regiment, it's several regiments in a week. But they can still play. They will just count as raw recruits. It was funny. It's funny. Now, the purple is the purple and the yellow. So I do half maybe. So this one goes with a half on the back and the yellow on the front. And the other one, at least for now, because I want to make more of them. So eventually they have a retinue of knights with the Lord, of course. Not too many, just a few, because knights are expensive to maintain. Horses are expensive to maintain as well. A horse in campaign is as expensive in supplies as 5 foot men. So I can make this one just the back half. And this half and the other half. No, the other one I might do quarters. So, no, I'll do the purple in the front. Then the ones I will add later. Then those ones I will do them. Okay. Can I reach the inside there? I can. Hidden. Yep, there goes purple fingers. It's never a painting session if you don't end up with all the paint in your fingers. Now that's Christmas jazz. Jesus Christ. This playlist sometimes. It's like Christmas every day. Games coming in. Oh yeah, so Helsinki 1918. I'm intrigued about that game. I have to read about the story. What I played, I think the only wargame I played of Finland was actually at the start of the 1800s, Kriegspiel that I played, like, I don't know, like almost 10 years ago. So it was in the northern part of Finland, so it was Russians and Finns, obviously, against the Swedes. I think it was 1805, 1806, something like that. But all the World War II and Winter War and all that, yeah, I don't know, never attracted me. But I don't know, I saw, I think it was the channel Homo Ludens. They were talking about art in Wargames with several of the artists, and that game was shown, and I was, what the hell is that? And it's about, and we are in 1918, so it's the last year of World War One, and it was German intervention in the Independence War. Finnish Independence War? Am I saying it right? Yeah. Yes. So after the revolution, Finns, it's something like that. So I was, wow, this is cool. And the game board looked nice, a classical war game, and it's designed by a Finn and published by the same company that did the other game I bought, and I only bought it because I couldn't find it for a while, and it's actually one of the games that Philip Sabin refers as being one of his top 5 examples of well-designed war games that abstract most of the crunchy details into a very credible historical representation. That was okay. I remember when I first saw it, like, wow, this is such a tiny weeny game. Like, okay, this is so simplistic, but being and always being respectful of opinions, both of historians and academics of game design, and I mean academics. I was really intrigued and got the game as well. So I got both on a sale, and they are on the way. I won't put it on the table yet because I have Nevsky to learn and Dawn of Battle to play for the Imaginations campaign for the Ves Respublica 3-arc wars, but they are definitely on the way. So far looks good. I'll paint the yellow tomorrow. What else do we have here? So I did paint a lot of things. I already have these guys half ready. I think I will make these guys like mercenaries. So they will be where's the guys that don't belong to anyone? I don't think I have any here. They already, yeah. There are some guys that don't have any tabards, and I think these mounted archers will be part of that. Same as this one, and it makes sense. Like there were many bands of captains of longbowmen that actually rented their services to the lords. So that's a good one. So cheers guys, thank you for watching, and catch you soon enough. Have a good night. Let me see what you guys wrote. Yeah, Blue Tweezers. Motherland was expensive. Yeah. Doing solo games. You don't want to get things wrong. Yes, I know exactly what you mean. And one important thing is someone will come and tell you what you did wrong. For me, that's a plus. Sometimes you get it before anyone posts, right? You get what you did wrong, and you know, and then they will come, oh look, you did something wrong. And sometimes I really smile because, yeah, that's right, I noticed it, but thank you. That's really good. It means they actually watched your gameplay, and that doesn't happen very often. You must be thankful they watched your gameplay. Oh yeah, this is my wet palette. It has like about almost 20 years, and it's still perfect. So it has a kind of a soft skin underneath, and yeah, it keeps the moisture from, so it's perfect. So I don't spend, I'm just a cheap bastard. Paper Mac. Yeah. One thing that I'll have to, okay, let me put the music out. One thing that I must say is that the one thing is, and I see a lot of people playing Vassal. Man, but I can't get it. I can't get into it. Even, I mean, one thing is, if I go play a computer game, I will play a computer game. Okay, let me show you guys what I still have planned for the future. So, I have tons of World War II, like bloody tons of stuff. So, some Jerry's here, some Americans, and I mean, I have two companies, almost 1-to-1 scale to paint. So I'm doing platoon by platoon, squad by squad, and wow, it's so many stuff. Let me grab this. Okay, let's travel a bit. So, whoa, okay. So that's all the World War II stuff I have lined up. More, this is heavy weapon stuff. And there's the, yeah, they already based some of the retinues for the feudal lords, and I have more pirates here to finish painting. Yeah, the light isn't helping, but okay. So yeah, a lot of stuff. All right, why? All right, chaps, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's not a job, it's just when you feel like it. So, and yeah, at the moment I'm focusing on the retinues, and I think the ones I rebased yesterday actually went pretty good. Just invert it. No, sorry. So just a couple of them. I mean, they're okay, acceptable. Oop. And man, playing at the table, they will be looking like this. So Jesus Christ, if you're gonna tell me you can't paint, you are lying. You are a liar. All right, chaps, have a good night, and catch you one of these days. I think I'm gonna play the Imaginations campaign battle tomorrow or the next day, and that's pretty much what I have planned. On the blog, I will be yeah, writing more of that stuff, because the details are better to put, like the numbers, it's better to put on the blog than making videos about it. So pretty much everything about the campaign is being written there. So cheers. Catch you